You're such an asshole!
Hello, children. Again, promoting my buddy, Randall Bentwick's book, The Pence Principle. Absolutely must read for you boys. Short book. Handbook, really, 128 pages. And he's kind of giving me license to do whatever I wanted here with this. And I found this interesting because it's something a little bit new, but he explains how feminism went from some kind of movement of equality or political into an extortion racket, basically. And it actually is quite brilliant, but I'm just going to read the excerpt here. Origins. While the trend of weaponized women using false claims of victimhood to extract money, resources, and attention from innocent men is a relatively recent event in the grand expense of human evolution, the threat of theft and personal destruction has always been part of human nature. The day we genetically separated ourselves from the apes, humans have pursued a strategy of theft, parasitism, and opportunistic destruction as a survival and advancement strategy. This didn't make it moral and certainly presented a hurdle to the development of civilized society, but it is a tempting part of our genetic nature to essentially steal the labor and life of others for our own advancement. 1.8 million years later, enter 1960s feminism. Feminism unto itself is not a bad thing, even in its viral 1960s form. Equal rights, women's suffrage, equal opportunity, etc. are all valid, noble, and legitimate aims. The problem was it served as a slippery slope catalyst by which to frame the sexes into an us versus them, a men versus women adversarial relationship. This new paradigm was dangerous because it not only played well, if not outright succumbed, to human nature's desire to live off of others, but it also gave women the excuse, the green light, and the rationale to be lazy, entitled, self-pitying, and ultimately the authority to steal from others, specifically men. They were victims. They were oppressed. They were kept down by the patriarchy, and they deserved recompense. Again, this is a bold claim, and certainly not all women are like this, but one need only look at how feminism has evolved from an idealistic movement into a money-grubbing, victim-whoring, non-stop nagging profession. That is outstanding right there. This industry or profession does not produce a single tangible bit of good or service. It doesn't solve or remedy any problem. A single lemonade stand ran by your local neighborhood kids for an afternoon produces more value to society than all the women's studies department ever combined. And I dare you to find any women's studies class, book, thesis, or seminar that does not have as its final conclusion the theft and transfer of other people's money. If anything, feminism today is merely a political group that constantly whines, complains, and demands the money of others, so that they might continue to whine, complain, and demand the money of others, so they might continue to, etc., etc., etc. Normally and in the past, post-60s feminism and feminists were identified as the professional white-collar panhandlers they were. Saner heads saw them for the parasites they had become and dismissed them as such. The problem is, along with codifying feminism into an adversarial relationship against men, they also codified it into a profession. And that profession metastasized into a well-oiled machine in the colleges and universities. Worse, this well-oiled machine invariably infected the public schools, ensuring feminist indoctrination was embedded into the minds of all school children from the age of 5 to 25. Now, all women and men are to some level steeped in feminism, victimhood ideology, and anti-male indoctrination, and this is where the real threat lies. Outstanding little excerpt there. The Pence Principle, I've explained it before. You boys should know that, along with your every decade you get a tetanus vaccination. You should be vaccinated against smallpox. You should be vaccinated against whatever, typhus. All those vaccinations, guys, as a kid, this vaccination right here. I think it's even cheaper than some of those medical vaccinations. And like those vaccinations, it can save your life. I'll put the link down below. Be wise, share, comment, subscribe, and all that about our buddy Randy. We'll see you all later. Toodles.